1, 2, 1, 2.
Check it out, y'all.
We are the Dilated Peoples.
Yo, Rock, where we chilling?
We chilling live on ScoreZone right here.
It's a neighborhood watch.
808 State, Hawaii style, worldwide, baby.
I know y'all wanted that 808.
Elevate. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up. Elevate. I got your score zone right. I got your score zone right. I got your score zone right. I got your score zone right here. Score zone.
Welcome to another edition of ScoreZone. We got an awesome show for you this week.
Remember how much time you wasted on Tetris? Well, we got the guys to blame for it. So we have an interview with Hank Rogers and Alexei Pajitnov coming up too.
We also will be giving you the featured game of the week, True Crime.
And if you didn't get a chance to come down to our live event at Dave & Buster's, well, you missed out. But we'll recap for you. We'll show you what you missed.
So if you want to catch more photos of our live event, log on to our website at ScoreZone.tv.
And if you want to see where our next live event is going to be and get more information and even talk to us, it's all at ScoreZone.tv. So stick around. We got a lot more to come. Nice shot, Nancy.
Dude, shut up.
So, Kev, just a question.
Yeah.
What do you think your all-time favorite game is?
My all-time favorite game would have to be Tempest.
Tempest was a great game.
It was a great game.
What do you think my all-time favorite game is?
Mappy?
No, that's top 10. But
All right, well.
probably my favorite game of all time has got to be Tetris.
Tetris is a great game.
Unbelievable game. In fact, I lost countless hours of sleep playing that game. I almost flunked out of high school because of that game. Seriously, I almost didn't get my high school diploma because of Tetris. But you know what?
What?
I enjoyed every single minute I ever played of that game. Every single minute. But you know what? We actually got to sit down and meet the creator. One of the highlights of this whole past year for me. Meet the creator of Tetris. The guy's an urban myth, or urban legend, Alexei Pajitnov.
And we got to meet with Hank Rogers, who flew to Moscow to bring the game back to the masses.
Hank Rogers actually risked everything. He went to Moscow back when it was the Soviet Union with the Iron Curtain. Did he procure the rights? Of course he did. Tetris is everywhere. Who would have thought? His offices are right here in Honolulu. So we got a chance to sit down and chat with Alexei Pajitnov and Hank Rogers.
Check it out.
Originally, I'm from Moscow, from Russia, and probably people know me after my game which I wrote about 17 years ago. The name of this game is Tetris. It's pretty well known. Well, I grew up in Moscow, in Soviet Union, in the communist country, and that time we didn't have too much entertainment. As a matter of fact, we almost have no entertainment. And that's why the puzzles and all the mathematical tasks was a very big part of my leisure time. I designed Tetris in '84. I do believe that Tetris was the very first software ever published from Russia, you know. Originally, nobody really understands what I'm trying to do and what is it all about. Later on, I finally found somebody who could help me, or who at least understands what is it all about. Hank was the first guy who really understands the game, and we understood each other.
I went to University of Hawaii, so Hawaii gave me what I consider to be my education. Blue Planet Software is a 50% owner in the Tetris company. And what we do is we manage the game called Tetris. I did go to Moscow during the time when it was still the Soviet Union, and I went there to get the Game Boy rights. And I met Alexei Pajitnov at the time. I eventually ended up bringing Alexei Pajitnov to the States, got him his green card. Today he's a citizen. So we're best friends now, and I'm still taking care of Tetris for him.
He fell in love with the game since very beginning, since he see it first time. That time he has a publishing company in Japan, and he was the main publisher of Tetris in Japan. And after that he never stopped publishing Tetris on different devices, on different platforms all the time.
We have Tetris on the phones, and we have a sequel to Tetris called Tetris Cascade. We are working on a battle Tetris where you can play against other players. We have online Tetris in Korea with 50,000 simultaneous players. So if that's an indication of what's going to happen in the rest of the world with online, we have a huge future for us. we expect to be one of the top publishers of mobile phone games in the United States.
We already have 3 or 4 different versions on the phone of Tetris. I'm surprised how many new platforms and devices and stuff going on, because, you know, 3 years ago I was very disappointed. I thought that all my small puzzle games, my favorite genre, is almost dead. But look, we have cellular phones, we have PDA machines, and all the puzzle games have the second life. And the phones are surprisingly powerful machines. I never expect that they could play such a complicated games. That's amazing.
Tetris is definitely a huge part of the business. But we also have other casual gamer games like video poker. We're just finalizing a deal to do a crossword puzzle game. Mine Hunter. We have a game called Blue Blocks, which is similar to Maki. We have several word games, Babel and Babylon. So it's all about the gameplay. If you've got a game that has good gameplay and that'll last you 10, 20 hours, that's a good buy. Playability and fun go together.
Many people say me, you know, you are responsible for hundreds of hours of my kind of college life being taken for Tetris. Usually I'm asking, but was it a good hours? And everybody say, yes, of course. And that makes me proud.
Oh no!
I never complain about all your 100 hours you spent on Tetris, because this is the hours of real happiness.
So like, you remember like when you were in junior high, Carrie, and like, remember how much fun it was to go like to the ice palace?
Oh yeah, like every weekend.
Totally, like we used to go all the time and stuff. Like, it was fun, like rent the skates and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it was fun. And, like, we should like go back to like when we were the kids, you know? Like, maybe, I don't know, I was thinking like, maybe we could like, I don't know, like, maybe go like a little skate date or something, you know? Like, that'd be fun, yeah? What do you think?
Like me and you?
Well, I mean like, just skating, like.
Because I totally have somebody I would love to bring.
I mean like, play video games and stuff, like, that's what I meant.
Oh, like don't
Yeah,
play yeah, I can totally, yeah,
That's what I meant, because like video games are fun. The old video
Oh,
games
yeah.
are great.
Oh yeah.
So maybe we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Now, a lot of you might be wondering, why is Joe wearing a beanie? Is it because he's so cool? Well, yes, I am cool. But it's also because I'm cold. I'm here at the Ice Palace, where they have some of the greatest games of all time. One of them being from the year 1981. But before I get to it, let's just recap about 1981, shall we? Because I was very young in those years. The family was poor, struggling to survive. My father, having the foresight that he did, decided to deplete the entire family savings for a beta player. Well, sadly, the beta went much the way that 8-track tapes did. Now obsolete garbage. But on a brighter note, 1981 was the year of the release of Miss Pac-Man. Now, a lot of people might not know this, but Miss Pac-Man was originally going to be released under the name Crazy Otto. But Crazy Otto wasn't such a catchy title, so they changed it to Miss Pac-Man, considering all it was really a new version of Pac-Man. This one was actually much more sophisticated than the original version, however. They did a lot of different changes. Of course, Pac-Man is now a Miss Pac-Man, as you can see from her bright pink lipstick and pink bow. And she also did 4 different levels. There was different mazes in the original Pac-Man, of course. There was just one maze. And there were fruits and prizes that stayed stationary. In Miss Pac-Man, however, the mazes changed, and you had to actually chase the different prizes there were. The fruits, the pretzels, all those things that gave you extra points. Now, this came out in 2 different versions. There was, of course, the stand-up version, which was probably the most popular. And for all of those out there that were like me at that time, who hated standing up, there's the sit-down version, where you could put your snack right on there and play head-to-head with whoever you wanted to. There's, of course, 1 and 2 player. And a lot of people might not know this about Miss Pac-Man, but in 2000, Miss Pac-Man was actually named the game spokesman for the National Alliance of Breast Cancer. And on their poster, they have Miss Pac-Man with her pink bow and a pink ribbon. Pretty cool, huh? Pac-Man, who would have thought you can make such a great game out of this? Without further ado, let's get to playing. Oh, you like that.
Whew, Miss Pac-Man sure is sexy. Stick around, because when we come back, we'll be showing you this week's featured game, True Crime Streets of LA. And later we'll also be showing you footage of our live event at Dave & Buster's. So don't go anywhere.